Although it may sound like all the problems have been solved by just selecting the correct architectural style, there are still some issues. One important one is that for real systems, big systems, it may require more than one architectural style. We call that a heterogeneous system. You can imagine, for example, that the system might have some client-server elements. It might have a GUI and make it reactive. It may be the combination of a variety of different approaches, and the systems, you still have to have an architecture so that you have a single concept for how the system is going to work. Secondly, some situations, although they call for having an architectural style, are very domain specific. For example, imagine in the military context of a particular kind of airplane. It may be the case, it is the case, that that airplane comes in a variety of variants. However, the control systems for the airplane is pretty much the same across variants. That is, it shares more than it differs. In this situation, we call it a domain-specific software architecture, or DSSA. Another term sometimes used is the reference architecture. That is, the reference architecture describes what's common, and then for any particular variant, the architecture responsible for saying what those variants are and how they're going to be dealt with. The third issue is one of semantics. It's easy for me to lay out and say, a client server is XYZ, but what exactly does that mean? It's important, and as the field of software architecture evolves, to get more and more precise definitions of what these styles mean, which will then enable reuse of existing solutions.